Well, last week was a bit of an emotional one, wasn't it? We had that ruling in the High Court which said Sadiq Khan's expansion of the ULEZ scheme is indeed lawful and therefore will be going ahead. We've seen all sorts of footage, all sorts of critique and other things over the last few days. But when you drill down into this problem, all the way down, you'll see that things aren't really as they seem to be. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you've had a good weekend. Let me know in the comments how you are, what you've been up to, and that you're all well. Thank you very much for the support for the channel, by the way. Really appreciate it. Please continue to do what you do. Well, we're all in a bit of a quandary over this. I kind of expected the court ruling to go the way it did because I have no faith at all in the establishment doing the right thing with anything whatsoever. That's for sure. Well, where does that leave us? Well, at the end of the day, at the end of August, anybody with a non-compliant vehicle has got to pay, or has been instructed to pay, should we say, I'll put it like that, £12.50 per day every time they drive into London. Now, the zone, as it will be now, it will cover every London borough. As soon as you drive into a London borough, that's it, they've got you. It branches out all the way to the M25. And I've heard reports of people handing in their notice already because it becomes economically unviable for them to go into work with this extra cost. I've heard of people wondering how they're going to make ends meet. I've heard of nurses talking about jacking it in. I've heard of loads of examples like that. Well, the thing is, it all goes down to the quality of the air, doesn't it? That is the excuse. That is the justification for this whole thing. And you hear the doom mongering and everything else about deaths, about excess this, excess that, and we have to clean the air up. Just to show you, this is Sadiq Khan's narrative of this whole situation, what this whole thing is based on.
So in outer London, 2/3 of Londoners who have asthma or respiratory issues live in outer London. So this.
But why not just wait? Why not just postpone?
Let me explain.
Let
me explain what. So 2/3 of those with asthma or respiratory issues live in outer London. The 10 boroughs with the highest rates of death linked with asthma, the 10 boroughs are all in outer London. The poorest Londoners, so those who earn less than £10,000 in outer London, 7 out of 10 don't own a car. Those who earn between £10,000 and £20,000, 54% don't own a car. But this point about delay is a really cute point used by politicians unwilling to take action, because here's the thing: if you and I were speaking 20 years ago, there'd be a mainstream group of politicians denying climate change, denying air pollution. They can no longer deny it. What they do now is seek to delay it. When's the right time to tackle climate change? So in outer London.
So that is the entire narrative. We have to tackle climate change. We have to do this now. Now, you'll see Sadiq Khan and you will see various other representatives of the left, we shall call it, be it celebrity, be it newsreader, be it politician, who are all spouting the same thing. And unfortunately, I got attacked for, well, my views, which are views shared by many, many other people, that everything isn't as it seems. I went on Twitter when the High Court thing was announced, and I was told, without a shadow of a doubt, I was called things like a melt. I was called clueless. I've said, so I'm happy seeing loads of people die because of air pollution and so on and so on and so on. Of course I'm not. Nobody is. Who would be? You wouldn't be human. Well, there's narrative that we listen to, and then there's cold, hard facts that we see. I am one of those that believes in two things: everything I see, everything I hear. Very simple. There are people out there that have gone round the city testing the air quality. And there's one particular one I want to show you a little snippet of now. He's got his own YouTube channel called The Car Guy. Great guy. And he's been very thorough, spent a lot of his own time and, you know, considerable effort to go around and do this. Have a look at some of his findings, and you can see for yourself.
You can see this is Baker Street, where Sherlock Holmes lives. So the use of evidence is elementary, my dear Watson, and that's what we're doing today. And so Baker Street, and of course, if you're on Baker Street, that means you're on this very, very busy road here that goes up to Euston, King's Cross, all the way straight, comes down from the Western Avenue. We can see there's a bunch of cars parked. And one thing I think I've realized about this device is that you have to leave it on for a few minutes for it to get an accurate reading. So this has been on for now a couple of minutes since I walked out of the station, so to allow it to get accurate reading. So I'm standing here now, just at the intersection where the traffic is now stopped. What's the reading I've got? AQI. Let's have a look. That's on 10. So that's good. So again, compare this to when I was just downstairs. So again, let me just point it at the traffic if you like, and we lower it down because people say like the emissions are lower down. So that's 10. Then we go on to particulates. We're looking at 2.5, 3.9. That's come well down from where it was. You can see some diesel taxis are moving off now, right? That one, I think I'm going to start worrying about that one because those numbers stay pretty low and they remain low. So I'm going to concentrate on the AQI. Air quality index is 10. We are right next to a bus right now. It's definitely a diesel because I can hear it. And the particulate emissions, so I think one thing is becoming quite clear. This is about as busy a road. There's a bunch of taxis. There's a classic one coming. This has got a diesel engine on it. And then this is a Mercedes Vito, probably also diesel. And air quality index 10. It has not moved. I compare that to what I witnessed earlier on the underground. So I decided to stand right in the middle of this very busy road. And you can see the traffic is just flowing on both sides of me. It's still just near outside Baker Street Station. I don't know if you can make that out. That's reading 2.6 and 4.2. 2.6 for PM 2.5 and 4.1 now. In fact, it's dropping, 4.0. It's showing good, and if I go AQI, it's 10. Can you make that out? It's 10. And then the PM particulate emissions, I don't know if you can make that out. 2.3. Actually, it's just keep dropping as the traffic is flowing past.
I'll stop it there. But as you can see, two different places on a very busy street in London, air quality's fine. He's repeated that exercise throughout different parts of London. He's gone to as many boroughs as possible, including the current ULEZ and where the potential expansion goes to. There's a 2-part video series there where you can see for yourself. Now, the frightening thing is the street isn't where the problem is. He goes down to the underground and those readings are very, very different. Yet that's not talked about, is it? How does London compare with other places all around the world? I want to show you this now. Now, this is the World Air Quality Index ranking, where they look at different cities in different countries all around the world. Here we go. Now, I hope you can see that all right. At the top here, we've got the air quality index. 0 to 50, good. Moderate, 51 to 100. Unhealthy for sensitive groups, 101 to 150. Unhealthy, 151 to 200. Very unhealthy, followed by hazardous. Now, you can see here that top of the list is Jakarta in Indonesia, followed by Baghdad, 156. 153. Now you can see that they fall into that unhealthy category. Now bear in mind the good category, 0 to 50. Now if we scroll down, we can see places like Malaysia, Chile, Kuwait, Kenya, Vietnam, all Far East and Middle Eastern countries, Bangladesh, again, moderate. Where's London? New York. That's a place with moderate air pollution. Birmingham, is actually higher up the pollutant list than London. You can see there at number 37. Still no London, Houston, Bangkok, Amsterdam, Seattle. Oh, there we are. We come in at number 63 with an air quality index overall of 31. Now, if we go up the top, just to remind you what the index means, 0 to 50, good. Yet we have a major air pollution problem in London, according to the narrative and everything else that's out there. Okay. So you see, if you drill down and look at the figures, look at what's going on, paints a bit of a different picture. Now, if we look at London as well, and I'll show you this screen. This is specific to London. Good. Air quality index, good. Now, this data you can see here is taken off 33 stations, operated by 11 contributors. Now, this level here, PM 2.5, 2.5 times the concentration. PM 2.5 concentration in London is currently 1.2 times the WHO annual air quality guideline value. When I checked this page this morning, it was below the WHO's guidelines. So, you know, it fluctuates up and down. But overall, the air quality in London, according to this, is good. And you can check this for yourself fairly regularly, iqair.com. Now, I don't know about you, but I do not believe that all is as it appears to be. I do not believe that vehicles paying £12.50 every time they drive into the city anywhere now is going to have any bearing on improving anything. You see the brown car guy, you see the figures I put in front of you. Do your own due diligence, do your own homework, make your own mind up. People will call me a climate denier. People will call me a denier that there's a problem with the air quality in London, no doubt. And that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. But before you believe the narrative that's rammed down your throat every day, every hour of every day, just take a minute to look at things yourself. Now, we may think with the High Court ruling that, oh, that's it, it's all done. But there's still 31 days. 31 days, folks, where things could change, things, may happen. You never know. There could be political pressure. There could be pressure from people. There could be all sorts of things. I have it on fairly good authority that there may be a couple of events coming up which might make them realise how cheesed off people are and in what numbers people are cheesed off as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, and I'll bring it to you when I can. Now, thank you for listening. Thank you for your indulgence. Please, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button on this video. It's very important that this information gets out there. Like it, and please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you soon with one more. Toodaloo.